we're under the lights here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Welcome everybody to the NASCAR Amino iRacing Cup Series for race number 5 here at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Gonna be a little different, we're under the lights, but the thing that's not different is the commentating booth. I'm Tyler King, alongside Caden Johnson, Zack. How are you guys?
I'm pretty fantastic.
It's night time, ready for some short track racing.
Well, I'll get some quick predictions. We're under the lights, first short track race of the year. I'll start with you, Caden. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to the bumping and banging that will ensue tonight here on the short track, as we got a great crowd on our hands ready to see a spectacle.
Zachary?
There's gonna be tappers flaring after this race. I'm just waiting for the first person that's gonna say, short track racing.
I think we're going to get a lot of that. At least I hope we're going to get a lot of that. But Leland 5 qualified on pole. And Cater, go ahead, take us around Nashville Fairgrounds.
Alright, so here's how this is going to work. You're going to safely merge onto the track here, or else you get penalized. Well, yeah, Leland 5 through 3 and 4 here, getting the speed racked up in this car as he takes the green here for his first lap of qualifying. Now, the tactic here, I think, you got to send it into turn 1, kind of keep it a groove high, and then try to cut the corner short here, get it next to the yellow line, and have a good exit off, carry as much speed as possible. And then into turn 3 and 4, pretty similar, keep it about a half a groove up, see if you can cut off any track near the exit of 4, and try to get the optimum speed. And he crossed the line and put up the fastest lap on the board, so good job by Leland 5 as he starts first tonight.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see, like I said, first short track race of the season. It's going to be a little bit of a different pace, definitely different for these drivers. They've been driving on road courses, bigger intermediates, and even super speedways this season. So definitely a change of pace, and I think we're in for a show. At least I hope we're going to be in for a show. But yeah, I guess let's head down track side and get the command.
Drivers, start your engine!
Cars are rolling off here off of pit road. Guys are getting ready to race, but let's take a look at the starting line. And cars are on track, ready to get this race underway. Here's the race analysis. It's 125 laps. Fuel window is going to be around 70-80 laps, and James Omocke was the practice winner. So while they take 2 pace laps around here so they can get used to the track, get some win picks. Caden, we'll start with you.
Well, here's the thing. I think Seth Pierce, I called him serviceable last week, and I think he got a bit of a confidence booster with some of the speed he got out of his car. I mean, he obviously wasn't going to match Evan Toddy that day, but he's starting third here, second on the inside. I think he could possibly nab a win here today with some good speed in that car.
Zachary?
I'm liking the 94 of Evan Toddy. Evan Toddy. Yeah, he won last week at Red Bull Ring, and he's riding the momentum there. Starting a little deep in the field, but I think he's got it.
Here they come into turn 3 and into 4. Pace car makes that left onto pit road. Leland Fife, Ethan O'Connor on the front row. Green flag is out. We're underway in Nashville.
What a jump by Leland. Fife right there. Gone with Seth Peters clear behind him.
Yeah, it wasn't just Leland. It was that entire inside line had a magnificent start there.
Off of turn 4, it's going to be Leland Fife leading the first lap here in Nashville. And we got a little bit of side-by-side behind. Kind of single-filed out here at the front with Seth, Ethan, and Anthony here. But now there's still side-by-side Paul, James, Caden, and JD.
Something that you're going to notice about this track right here is that it's extremely bumpy. A lot of character to it. Not a lot of grip. There's going to be a lot of fall-off and a lot of talent necessary to get around here.
Yeah, there's some big bumps right next to the yellow line. You're going to want to stay high and avoid those entering the corner. You're going to want to try to cut down and optimize speed, as I mentioned in that qualifying run Leland had. But you gotta realize you're in race conditions now. Save the equipment. You got 125 laps here at Nashville tonight.
Yeah, you saw it. Look, Caden there is a good example. You saw him coming off of turn 2. Heading into turn 3, you can definitely see how bumpy it is. A little bit further out, but you can see those cars bouncing up and down, especially those on the outside, Paul and Ethan, just trying to get some momentum. But yeah, mostly single filed out now, but a couple cars still running side by side here in the back.
Yeah, and you can see it's especially violent getting into the turns, you know. And it looks like today, you know, if you're a driver that normally likes to sort of maximize your exit speed, you're gonna have to figure out how to have good entry speed because the most important part of the track looks like turns 1 and 3.
Leland continuing to lead here. Starting to put a little gap there on Seth and James. They're still they were 3 wide back here a little bit. It was Dylan Jones, Carter Jones, Caden Bishop, JD. They were all side by side, but it looks like they're eventually starting to figure it out. I think they're all, you know, starting to move over. You saw Paul, he's trying to make that outside line work, trying to get a momentum, but little squirrely. Couldn't really get the momentum.
Looked like the 93 there hit a little bump, almost sent it up into the side door of Paul Donlin, but they keep it clean. Meanwhile, for second place, James Omocke, fastest in practice, looking to take the second spot from Seth Peters.
Keep an eye on the 93 of J.D. Bregler. He started a little deep in the field, but he's already surged up into the top 5. And when I watch that car, it's not bouncing as much as the others. He is hooked up right now.
Yeah, that car definitely seems like it's really attached to the track right now. It looks like he really likes to handle it. But James Omocke, who's having, I'd say, a stellar season to start, he's able to clear and get into second place. Going to try to chase down Leland, but JD right now, yeah, his car is really
What a
good.
power move! You just turned down the track and got by him. That's not something you're supposed to be able to do at a low-grip racetrack.
Oh, yeah, look at the low grip. Look how much Paul slid there trying to get to the outside of Anthony Sasso, but wasn't able to hold the momentum. And with that, JD is just going to power right by. And here come all your guys in back. Still some pretty big names back here. Justin Ricci, Zack Stern, Kylie Grider, they're all back there. Not really looking like they were able to get too far.
With the pace Leland Fife has right now, I think he might start lapping some of these guys in about 20-25 laps. So better get something going here.
Sidney Allen side by side with Brian Logano just outside the top 10. It's going to bring Zack Stern into the battle as well. Definitely see Brian. That car doesn't seem like it's handling it very well. Bring it all over the place down and slide way up there. Zack trying to find a way to get around both of them.
Oh, he's hanging tough in there. I think that outside line, especially as we start to get later and later in the run, it's going to start to come in a little bit, and these guys are going to be able to fight off some of these moves.
Yeah, look at JD there. He tried to make the outside line work all by itself, and here comes Paul. A slingshot moves the inside of Anthony, and he's going to easily clear him. What a move by the Seth.
Watch
that moves
this.
him up to P4 for the Paul Donlin.
Oh, I thought Anthony Sasso would get the run off, but got a little bit squirrely out of the turn, so no run off for him. Now he's in the clutches of the 93.
Brian Logano was able to get by the 57. Now the 8's trying to get by. He's got his teammate Justin Ricci trying to help him out a little bit. Now Brian Logano to the outside of Tanner Campos. 3 Tau cars all the way in the back.
That's what I'm talking about right there with Brian Logano. He's slingshot to the outside of Tanner Campos, and he's making it work.
Caden Bishop trying to get that outside line to work too by himself right now. Evan Taddy's on his inside. Here comes JD to the outside of Anthony trying to take... Oh, it looks like Anthony's just going to be able to power ahead.
Yeah, the outside's starting to come in, but it's not quite there yet. So I think for the most part, you're going to see guys sort of bottom feeding right now. But maybe 20 laps into this run, we'll start seeing them up top.
All Donald's caught Seth Peters for P3. He's going to try to use that high line to his advantage, and there he goes around the high lane to take the spot away. And that's all. Yeah, that's all he had for him. Seth Peters falls back to fourth.
Yeah, that outside definitely seems like it's starting to work now. At least some guys are trying to get the momentum. Side by side, Evan Toddy and Dylan Jones here. Dylan trying to get that outside line to work, but looks like they've all pretty much pulled away from these cars in the back here. Lindsey Dietz trying to get around Zack Stern.
That's not a name I thought would be back here.
He's currently running in, I believe, now with Lindsey getting by, that's about the 18th position. Yeah, not too good right now. And there's Leland. He's already catching these guys. He's going to lap them in any time now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what it is with those towel machines. They have not been on their game since we traveled overseas. Now coming back here to Nashville, it looks like they're still off. I think all of them are outside the top 10. Maybe one of them might be in the top 10 at the most. I think Carter might be 9th or 10th.
Yeah, there was there. He was there in the back. I think he was battling with Evan Toddy there. I think it's just barely inside the top 10. Yeah, there he is right there, just behind Ethan. And Tanner's struggling. Justin looks like he's really struggling. And Zack now in last place. Yeah, now he's...
And that is something
really
you,
struggling.
like, never see.
Wow.
Oh, you see that right there. That's why. That car is not working well at all. Zack is a guy that likes his exit speed, and that's the kind of guy I was talking about who would have trouble at this track where the entry to the turn was so bumpy, and it appears that car is not hooked up well at all.
Quinn's going to be able to clear Brandon here just barely, and that's going to give Zack an advantage. Here he comes to the outside off of turn 2, trying to get to the outside of Brandon Allen, and there's Leland in the distance. He's definitely put a big gap on James Omocke, but Leland, it looks like definitely Leland's going to have a little bit more trouble here, hopefully trying to get by these lap times.
Yeah, about lap 12, I said Leland Fife would have about 20, 25 laps to catch the lappers, but it's been 13 laps since. He might catch them before the 20-lap mark I predicted.
There's Kylie Greider trying to make the outside lane work. Here's these three still battling here. Brandon's going to slip back just behind Zack. Now Zack's going to try to get to the inside of Quinn. He does.
That car is really jumpy. All three of those cars are really jumpy right now.
Ooh, jeez, Quinn really went up the track there. It looks like he almost spun it around. But there's Leland still closing in the gap. He's going to catch these guys within the next couple laps.
It's just a half straightaway behind the 29 now.
Now I wonder if when Leland eventually catches these guys, it's going to slow him down enough where James is going to be able to catch up. And there's that 93. Reed said a little bit earlier, has been flying right now, and he's all the way up into 3rd place right now, getting close to James Omocke. And I think he's going to have to really hope these lap cars maybe hold up to 52.
It was one point.
But one thing we were noticing was how well that car is hooked up. We're about 30 laps into this run. It's still as good as it was back in the beginning of the race.
Ooh, 3 wide.
Oh!
3 wide. Look out. All right, looks like they're going to single it back down to double file here. Caden trying to fly around the outside on Dylan Jones. Ethan O'Connor's just barely in front of them as well. This has been a good battle. These are the 5 cars who haven't gotten away from each other.
Yeah, I think these guys were 3 wide with each other earlier in the race too, before that 3 wide about a lap or 2 ago. And meanwhile, the 93 battling with someone there. And up front, Leland has caught the 29 and put him a lap down, now looking to send the 83 a lap down as well.
that's exactly what James is going to need. He's going to need the 52 to get slowed down a little bit more. I mean, if he gets around Brandon, it's going to be like right here. He's going to pull the inside, and he's probably going to get just barely around him, but I think he's still putting up really good lap times.
Now that's what James wants to see, the lap car racing him, keeping him side by side, preventing the arc to maintain the optimum speed around the track. And right now James Omocke is going to reel him in just a little bit, but bear in mind he has to get by the same lappers that Leland Fife is currently putting a lap down.
Look at how on rails he is compared to these guys at the back. He just gained 6 car lengths on the 8 just through 3 and 4.
Still mostly pretty single file out back here. There's a Leland, and he's putting the 8 a lap down right now, and he's just made that look really easy. I don't think Zack's putting up any type of fight.
Because of that right there, he's just shot up the racetrack behind the 52.
Next in his sights is the 74 of Lindsey Dietz. There's James Omocke about 2.5 seconds back maybe from the leader, the 52 car. And then JD right here in about 3rd or 4th. I wasn't paying attention. I think 3rd.
Yeah, 3rd, yeah. And JD though, looking at his lap times, he is the fastest car right now. Not by much, but he still is picking up good. He's still picking up a little bit of time on the 52. But now here comes a little bit more trouble. You got Lindsey and Kylie right in front of them, and they're right on the back bumper. If they start battling, this could hold up the 52. Here goes Lindsey trying to get to the outside of Kylie. Not really much you can do.
Yeah, the Tau
Even
powerhouse.
then, you know Lindsey's not going to give up without a fight here. Neither is Kylie. And that's exactly what they do. They're going to hold him up.
That's exactly what the 52 doesn't need. He needs. Oh, jeez, Kylie went way up the track. This may be his chance to get around. He's going to need to get to the outside of 74. Can he do it?
Oh, is he going to...
Not yet.
Thinks better of it than to stick it 3
Oh.
wide.
Now he goes. There's James back there. He's still trying to get by the lap cars. He's trying to get by Brandon Allen. And here's a Leland. These guys, they're bringing Zack into the picture here. I'm sure these guys are all going to be trying to fight for their lap, but doesn't look like it's going to be too much of a competition as Leland just barely clears to 74. And now James is getting held up.
Yeah, what I was talking about, he has to eventually deal with the same cars the 52 dealt with, and it's looking like he's having a bit more of a challenge getting by these guys than the 52 did.
And Leland's just absolutely pulling away from them now. James has gotten by 2 of them. Now JD has to get by the same ones, and then you got these 3 running side by side, trying to get positions. Let's bring Paul Donlin into the picture a little bit.
JD quietly is the fastest car on the track, as you said, worked his way up to 3rd. Now is looking for 2nd, just a half second out in front of his his windshield is the 88 car. Wonder if he's going to get to him and pass him for 2nd one of these upcoming laps.
Yeah, one thing you're going to notice here is these guys are all racing the racetrack right now. And that's why you're seeing it kind of spread out. Nashville Fairgrounds is a track that's a lot like Richmond in the sense that tire management is the name of the game. And that's why you're seeing cars that are hooked up like Leland Fife and JD Bregler and James Omocke kind of pulling away from everyone else who's just not handling as well and is just trying to manage their tires right now. But with the bad handling cars, it's just getting worse and worse.
Speaking of tire management, we're a 1/3 of the way through the race, so there's the option you could come down and make it a 2-stop race right now, split it by approximately 40 laps each, or you could go on the 1-stop strategy, which I anticipate everyone's going to do, probably, at about the halfway mark around lap 63.
The 2-stopper might work if we were having like 2.5 seconds of fall off. I don't think we're having enough fall off right now to make it work.
While all that is happening,
Second place.
JD's going to get by James, and it looks like James is getting held up by the 8 there, and JD's going to easily glide right around. I wonder, because James and Zack, who are 2 drivers who are, like, performing really well this season, and it seems like they're trying to be a little bit of rivals right now. Zack holding him up, and now JD's gonna, let's see if he can get by the 8 as easy. Woo, sends it into turn 1. Gonna be, can he get the drive off? He has been getting that really good today, and yeah, he does get a good drive off.
Yeah, that's a good handling race car versus a really bad handling race car right there.
That brings Paul Donlin into the picture now. Gonna maybe take a little look on James Omocke for 3rd. Here's all your other cars: Seth Peters, Anthony Sasso, Dylan Jones. There's Leland, your leader, still coming around. I think he's led every single lap so far, but now if you look, now that they've all gotten by lap cars, there's nobody in between the 52 and the 93. So now we're gonna see who has the best handling car and who's supposed to be.
Yeah, I think JD's already cut off almost a second from behind the 52 car. So wouldn't be surprised if a lead change happens here. I mean, he was 3 seconds back. Now it looks like about 2 seconds. Perhaps in about 15 laps, don't be surprised if you see that 93 battling for the lead with the 52.
Especially if that 12 tries to hold him up like I expect him to.
And that's definitely something we haven't seen yet. Leland is about to put 2 Tau cars 1 lap down, with Zack already a little bit behind, and now Justin Ricci a lap down. And his teammates aren't even that far up. Tanner Campos is the next car.
Yeah. Saw Zack offline there, he's just not having a fun time handling with this race car right now.
Here's these guys battling back here. Seth trying to get around Quinn, the lap car, and that's bringing Anthony Sasso into the mix, as I believe it's for about 4th, 5th place. Front though. Paul now trying to cut in a little bit of time on the 93. Paul seemed like he's got a good handling race car now. All of a sudden he's starting to come to life now.
Yeah, I didn't even realize he was that close to the 93. And look at this, the gap is now about 1.5 seconds between the 52 and the 95. But this 7, as you pointed out, looks like he might be the 3rd car in the mix now for this lead.
Up on the 12 here. He's right on the back bumper. Let's see how much of a fight he's going to put up here. Still doesn't seem like he's having the best handling race car either. Both going to go to the inside. Now he cuts to the outside. See if he's going to be able to get a good drive off. It's a good run off the corner. Those 2 behind him are still side by side. Justin's still fighting on the inside, still side by side, so he is putting up a little bit of a fight here.
Yeah, you know what they say about hockey players. I don't think it's anything I can say on live air, but that didn't age well. He got passed right as I was bringing that up. And here comes JD.
Let's say, JD's closed in. So is Paul.
Man, you just had to go there, didn't you?
Like now that he's gotten by the 12, the gap has stayed about steady here, maybe at about a second and a half. So not really much he's able to close in right now. But a big gap. These 2 for 5th place these 2 are going at it right now.
Give JD some time. He'll start catching up again.
And these guys back here, it looks like they finally settled down. They're not racing as aggressively, except these 3 are now. And these guys are about to go a lap down. These guys, I believe, are next in line. Leland can't be too far behind, I imagine. Yeah, there he is, just coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, all these guys know that they're fighting because they know a caution can come out at any second. Well, right now they look like the most likely to be the caution. But should the caution come out, Ricci would be the free pass, but in a couple of laps, that 3-way battle up there is going to be the fight for the free pass.
Omocke back around the high line trying to get around Paul Donlin. Not going to work this time, though.
I think maybe the 88 finally got a little bit of speed to come in. He was a little bit behind, but now I think he's kind of figured it out a little bit here. trying to get for third place. And Justin, who's putting a little bit of a fight on JD there, trying to save his position, but it looks like now he's going to finally get around him. So still now no more lap cars in between the top two, so could be a little bit more interesting.
Despite this
That's
racing,
that's Justin Ricci's kryptonite a little bit. He's great at tracks where you have to go flat out and just full bore all the time. But tire management tracks aren't necessarily his forte. So I'm surprised to see him running this bad, but I'm not surprised to see him running bad.
this race is 125 laps. It deceivingly seems like a pretty long race, but we are already halfway through this race. That's what a half-mile track does. Deceives you. Before you know it, you're 60 laps done in like 20 minutes. It's crazy stuff. But
I mean, essentially, that's all because of Leland's pace right now is incredible. Definitely the best we've seen this season from this 52. And he's trying to still put a little gap, but still not pulling away very much. Maybe it's about a second and a half, and these two still are battling. They've been side by side, I think, maybe for the last 10 laps, if not bumper to bumper. They just can't figure out who wants to get third.
you got to credit it to track position too. Getting that good qualifying time, starting out front, no cars to deal with, and getting that great jump has allowed him to put times, just amazing laps on the field, and just pulling away, making the gap larger, and maintaining the gap most importantly.
Now, especially talking about not having cars to deal with, Leland here is going to have a little bit of a... It's going to be a journey here trying to get by these two. These guys, Brian Logano, Caleb Marinelli, Tanner Campos, have all been battling for this back here, and if they all go a lap down, essentially it'll be the free pass position. They're all essentially trying to single file it out now, but Brian Logano's putting on a little bit of a fight. I think he's going to have to.
Yeah, you see right there, 4 cars right in front of him that he can battle. And look at that, he clears Leland 5.
And with that, JD's there. He's now under a second, and he's coming.
Yeah, the more cars he catches, the longer it takes to, as the race goes on. These cars have a bit more speed than the ones he's passed before because they're such roadblocks, so slow that they got passed earlier on. Now these guys, there's more time that's elapsed and stuff, and now these guys are going to put up more of a fight to try not to go a lap down as it's getting down to the last 60 laps.
Not just that, but the tires are also just falling off dramatically at this point. It's not very easy at all to pull an inside move like the one he just did right there. These tires are shot now.
Now, I mean, keep in mind, these guys are probably going to be pitting within the next 5 to 10 laps or so. So, their tire wear has definitely got to be pretty much gone, and you can definitely see it. Leland is struggling to get by that 22, and that is definitely bringing Shady into the picture. Can he finally clear him? He does.
I feel like he burnt a lot off there trying to get around that 22.
But now look at the next 3 in front of him. All battling right now. Who is it? Tanner, Caleb, and Sidney Allen. All battling right now. Brian's going to try to hand over. No, JD's now going to try to fight to get by him.
And that outside line is going to wear those tires out.
Oh, look at Paul sending it on the outside, trying to make it work, and he does make it work. Good job there by Paul once again. Good run here for JD. Guys all still side by side, and here comes Brian trying to get back by Leland to get his lap back, and that brings JD right into the picture.
Oh, man. This is going
for the lead all day.
Ooh, he cuts
This
him
is
off
going to get
barely.
into...
Oh, here he comes. Oh, okay,
And
they're
they're
pitting.
pitting.
Okay. Oh, that's going to be interesting. So that's going to cycle Paul Donlin to the lead here. James is going to stay out as well. But now those two are going to be... They were right on each other's bumper coming into pit road. That could be big.
That was a very heads-up move by JD. I don't know if that was just coincidentally planned for the same lap, or if he reacted to the 52 coming to pit road and just followed him right down to make sure he wouldn't put that extra time on him with those fresh tires. Because one lap makes a huge difference.
Here comes Paul, James into pit road. Pretty much everybody else is going to bring into pit road except those lap cars, it looks like. Now it looks like Dylan Jones, Caden Bishop, and Brandon Allen are going to stay out here again. Maybe gonna try to hope for a caution, I guess it looks like. Here come the leaders off pit road.
JD beat Leland off.
That's big right there, and by a pretty decent margin, too. Here comes Dylan to pit road now as well. Caden as well. I assume Ethan. Yep. Sydney. Tanner. Yep, that's pretty much everybody else.
I've been waiting for the day, or for the night, I guess in this case, where JD finally shows his speed and does a bit of front running here in the series, but I don't want to jinx it. He's got 50 more laps, but nonetheless, he's been showing the speed. He's been quiet all season, and now he's here to play.
Dylan is still the leader currently, so essentially he's got to pretty much come back around the next lap, and he'll be back.
Leland's coming.
Yeah, this battle ain't over because they got more lap cars still coming. There's Quinn, Lindsey. They're going to come Zack as well. And here comes Leland for the lead, side by side.
Leland put a massive gap on the field very early on in the race, so I think he's got the better short-run car. I think as we get more laps down, I wouldn't be surprised to see JD fall back a bit, but then gain the ground back up, maybe 30, 35 laps later.
I just want to point out, look at the difference that pit stop made. They did put Tanner, Brian, and Caleb all lap down, and they're all both behind Leland and JD, so now that won't be too much of a fight for them, hopefully. But now they still got other lap cars like Sydney and Ethan coming up.
Now the question is this long run going to be enough? Will there be enough time for the 93 if there's no caution?
We do imagine they should all be good on fuel. Sydney trying to fight for his lap, but it looks like Leland's going to be clear. But essentially from here on out, it's going to be racing to the end. Everybody should be good on pit stops unless maybe any late tire stops. This is going to be another long run, but we don't really anticipate anybody to pit again.
There, Ethan O'Connor. He had a bad stop. He was not close to being lapped before, and now he's getting lapped.
Well, look at that run by the 93. He got into
the gas
he's so
back
much
on
sooner.
him.
Wow. I think that's the advantage for JD. He's able to get into the gas so much sooner. Now he's back to the outside of 52.
I wonder if he's learning by driving in the tracks of the 52 here.
Trying to go to the outside once again here.
Oh, he got the run off. He's gonna get there.
Oh, he's there. He's coming. These guys still continuing to be side by side. Leland's he's sideways into the corner there. It looks like he's hitting it a little bit too hard. But either way, while these guys are battling, hey, how about it's time for a NASCAR Amino iRacing series? Crank it up. Why not?
Yeah, we love engine noises.
Woo!
Welcome back after Crank It Up, and these two still side by side. We don't have many laps to go, and these guys are racing like it's the final 5 laps.
They know they gotta get in front now. It's gonna get harder and harder as these tires wear out. But man, by working these tires this hard, they're gonna bring Paul Donlin back into this.
That is true, but the only issue for Paul is he's got a lot of lap cars he's got to get by to get to these two. Keep in mind, Paul did pit 1 lap later than these guys, so could have 1 lap fresher tires. May not make too much of a difference, but if these two keep racing so hard like this, you never know.
This is the unexpected duel of the ages. A duel of destiny, if you will, between Leland Fife and JD Bregler. This is crazy.
I like what you did there. I like that.
Oh, thank you. I'm really working on
He's
my
gonna clear him.
Yeah, he's clearing him, but how many times have we noticed that they cleared him and they kept going side by side? So look at here comes again.
Yeah, right here.
Oh, he's gonna use Lindsey.
Oh, he's gonna get trapped.
Oh, is it gonna work? Will Lindsey fight him? Oh, Lindsey goes way up the track. Leland's gonna have to go back to the inside. They're both gonna get clear. There's Paul back there, still a little bit behind. 4th place car is right there, James Omocke. He's essentially out of it. I guess he's pretty far back. And there's Seth.
Kind of a bummer, being the fastest in practice, and unfortunately have nothing to show for it. But that's just how the cookie crumbles. So, I mean, you always have a caution to look forward to. It's a slight chance. We haven't had one all race, but we've seen a couple of these races go caution-free, so it's not out of the question there might be a yellow, but it's pretty common that there isn't one.
That is true, because these drivers, I mean, it is a brand new series, but they are really good at keeping their cars clean, which is really good. Haven't really had.
Yeah, some of the best of the best.
I mean, right before pit stops there, Leland almost wrecked it. He got sideways into turn 3, but was able to hang on to it. But now there's a lap run between the two. JD has put a little bit of a gap now between the two, maybe about a second or so. Coming up on Zack's turn, I believe this is now 2 laps down.
Are you trying to tell me that these drivers literally are learning?
I think they are.
I think they are learning, yeah.
It's crazy.
Now the question is, will JD learn how to get by the 8 here? Because I'm sure the 8 won't give up another lap that easy.
He did it once. The 8 looks better, but it doesn't look as good as the 93. I think it's only a matter of time.
There's Paul over there trying to get by a couple more lap cars. Looks like he's mostly clear of a lot of them. There's Seth and Anthony's still a little bit behind. Carter's a little bit behind. Kylie, I believe, is a lap down. Caden, Evan, and then there's Zack and leader. No more lap cars in between the two now.
JD and Zack have some respect for each other, so never mind. I thought JD was gonna just ride it till he had to pass him, but no, he's gonna just go for it.
Yeah, he didn't want
Zack
to waste any
doesn't.
time.
Yeah.
I think he had to
Zack
pass him
didn't fight
because
him at
look,
all.
Leland's right there now.
I might not be done though.
Oh, the
Here he
8!
comes. He's coming back. Oh, he's not gonna get
He
him.
wants to come back. He just doesn't have the car underneath him right now.
Can he clear him? He does. Now here comes Leland, gonna try to get by him. Leland's gonna have to get this done quick if he wants to. 'Cause he's back up.
Whoa!
Almost
Off
contact.
the track.
Leland's got to get
Gonna
this
do a little
pass done
slidey
quick,
on the
too.
lap car. I like it.
There you go. Now he's clear. Gap has opened up a little bit again, but still a little bit to go. We're almost on lap 100, coming soon to about 25 laps to go. This race has flown by, but the battling is still happening just about every lap.
JD now coming to put Toddy a lap down. I did it again. Yeah, gosh dang it. Evan Toddy.
There you go.
Evan Toddy.
There
You know,
Toddy.
You got it, man. You know, I visited JD, Mr. Bregler, in the garage before this race. Actually, we had a good conversation. I asked him what he would do if he ever won a race in the NAICS. It's looking like he's got a legit shot right now. And I asked him that, and I was like, what would you do if you won a race here? And he said, I would celebrate with 1 million ice pops and Julie. So, sounds like a fun time.
That does sound like good for him.
Yeah.
But
If he wins, him and Julie are gonna get interesting, to say the
Oh,
least.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. You know, I wish I talked with Leland too, but I unfortunately did not get a word with him. But I think he would celebrate. I think he'd have a Super Mario Party. He's closing back in.
I was gonna say it's not gonna be easy for JD. Look at the next 3 cars. He's got to put Evan, Caden, all 1 lap down, and then Kylie, I believe, 2 laps down. But with all this battling, Leland's right back in the picture.
JD looked to the outside there, but he wants to stay on the inside if he can. That's where you're going to have the least tire wear.
Oh, but now they're side by side in front of him. This could hurt a little bit.
This is going to be a lap car management game right here.
Here he goes.
The 52 takes the inside from him, Mike.
Wow, what a slide job. Wow, he clears JD and Kylie at the same time. Now he's got more lap cars and he throws it into turn 1.
Oh my gosh. Could that be a race-winning move? That was spectacular.
I wouldn't say, yeah, he wasn't able to clear Toddy. Toddy gets back in front of him, and now Leland's got the same situation JD just did.
Here they come, 20 laps to go, and the battle separated.
Oh, he's right there again.
Oh, he's going to try to be outside. Can he get the run? He does. Here he comes.
These fans came for a show tonight. Not a single person sitting in the stands as we close in on 18 laps to go.
Oh, look at the move. He cleared Evan and got
Leland,
right to the outside
wow.
of Caden. Wow, what a move.
Threading the needle.
Now, how difficult is Caden going to race Leland here? Because he and JD are teammates. He's going to be able to race him hard enough. He's going to try.
Ooh.
Not enough. Now, will he give the position to his teammate is the question.
He should. I don't know that he will, though. It is Caden Bishop we're talking about.
There's Paul still trying to catch up, but not really having much luck right now.
Yeah, Paul's going to need a yellow flag.
And then there's James, Seth, and Anthony, Caleb, miles behind.
There's a man in his own world right there.
Oh, but look at this. Caden's fighting the 52 for the lead.
Oh!
Back.
Oh!
Oh,
Now he washes back high.
But this brought JD right into the picture. He's going to give him
It
the position.
did.
Here
Look
he
at
comes.
the run!
Oh, look at JD go!
Leland can send the car so far into the corner, it's not even fun. Like, it's crazy how, oh my god, I'm speechless.
But he's gonna burn his tires doing it. He can't do it too often.
Here he comes to the outside.
That might...
Is he going to send it? Oh, he sent it.
Interesting.
He's got to pinch him off. He's not pinching him at all.
Oh, JD's going to get right to that quarter panel. Try to get a little side draft. They're still going to stay side by side. He falls back a little bit, but can he get that run he's been getting off the corners?
JD had to pinch him there, and he didn't do it. Now he's going to regroup here. He's going to learn what he has to do. But if he's going to go to the outside of Leland Fife, he has to pinch him and cut off his exit. He can't just let him get the exit he's looking for. He's not going to be beatable.
Look at that run to the outside. Here he comes. He's going to get right to the outside. And look at the send. Wow. And now he's there door by door.
Right to the door.
Can he clear him? He got him!
Got him!
Wow! Okay, now, yeah, this may not be over. We've seen them. They've been trading so much, and we're only... Now, what are we at? 13 laps to go? This is still not over.
What kind of hell will the 37 put the 52 through now that he's trying to defend for his teammate?
Not enough. He's going to fall back a little bit here. It doesn't really look like there's many lap cars left. So now it looks like it's just going to be who has the best car.
I think Zack hit the hammer on the net, something like that, with Leland burning his tires up and now falling back a little bit. He's not letting him go, but he's not catching him drastically with 10 laps to go. He's got to find something here. And it looks as though he's chopped it down another car length, maybe 2.
What we're seeing, Leland is best on corner entry, JD is best on corner exit, and here he comes. Look at the send. This is not over.
Leland's got to cut him off. That's what he's doing.
Can he send it? Oh, not enough.
Leland's got to get to that outside, and he's got to cut off JD's strength right here. You cannot let JD get the big exit.
He's still really close. Not enough to get to the inside. It looks like he's going to try to get a little bit.
He's going to try the outside.
To the inside, to the outside, a classic.
He's going to try the outside again. Coming this time to 7 to go.
He's not running high enough. He's running in the tire tracks of JD. I don't know if he's sizing up a bump and run, or if he just can't do it anymore.
That might be what he's doing. We saw he could catch him in a matter of a lap and maybe a lap and a half from this far back. So maybe just sizing him up, getting ready for the opportunity to pounce. But now he's just a half car length back once again.
Only 6 laps to go, and it's still separated by only a car length right now. JD's got that good run off, though. He's still beating Leland on that part, and it's helping him pull away a little bit. Coming to 5 to go.
There's lap traffic up ahead, not going to be able to catch him. Leland's got to try a different lane or something. He's not going to be able to get JD off the bottom, and he's not as good as him in the same lane.
I think we've kind of had the idea. JD's made the 52 wear out his tires completely, and now he's starting to keep a steady gap, not really able to pull away, but really not getting too close.
Leland just shooting it into the corner, just burning his tires up more and more. JD's going to just start pulling away.
3 to go. Still not over, but JD's looking really good now. Still lap cars in the distance, probably won't be a factor.
Just 2 more laps for this NA burnout car, and it's going to go to victory lane if he can hold on. Leland trying his best to keep him reeled in, but it's not looking good for Leland right now.
That car is on rails right now.
Into turn
Yeah, he's
4.
gone.
Here they come to the white flag. Brandon pitting, because why not? 1 lap to go here at Nashville.
What a drive by the 93, one of the quieter drivers, and now he's going to finally peak to the top here.
52 dominated the race. They put on a great battle here at the end, but the 52 sees the win just in his windshield. JD Bregler wins at Nashville.
One of the best battles for the win you will ever see. Half the race was a battle for the lead between these two, it felt like. It was some great, crazy stuff.
Short track racing! There, I said it!
Well, he's about to show the short track racing at his burnout. Let's see what he does here. The burnouts we've seen this season so far have been really good, but they've been blowing out
This
the
is the NA burnout car. It better blow my mind.
I will say, though, there's not really much smoke.
Where's the smoke? God,
There's little.
Come on, this is the NA. This is the NA burnout car. I expect burn. Oh!
Oh, jeez, I thought he was just
That was
gonna
interesting.
run right into the wall. Well, what's he doing? Is he going to take a little bit of a victory lap here, coming into turn 1? Oh, he's picking up the speed. There he goes. There he goes.
Oh no!
Oh! There it goes.
Yeah, that didn't work, did it? Yeah, the back end, it's destroyed now. That didn't work out too well. Oh, and they just hit it again.
And I don't think this car is getting used in another short track.
Yeah, probably not. I don't know. Do we have any more short tracks on the schedule? I don't think we do.
Oh well, then just ramp it. Then what are you doing? What are you waiting for?
There you go. Yeah, hit the front of the car into the wall. Yeah.
You're never gonna use this chassis again. Just ramp it. Ramp it. Oh,
Nope,
do
he's
it.
still gonna
Do
keep
it.
doing it.
Oh.
He's gonna keep burning, and there went the motor. Okay. Well, I mean, a good burnout, but overall, a really good race. Thank you all so much for watching. Thanks, Zachary and Caden, for joining me in the booth. Now let's take a look at the finishing results.